Grown Toyota, leading the way every day. Atkins Grown Toyota, symbols of trust.
It's the latest trend for underwater thrill seekers, made popular by GoPro videos and social media. And now pictures and videos have surfaced showing shark riding taking place at Gab Gab 2, a site off Naval Base Guam that a family of nurse sharks has been known to frequent. Scuba diving instructor Parker Van Hecke says he was disappointed to hear divers bragging about shark riding.
So I was coming off of a dive and I did hear a gentleman on shore just simply say, yeah, we've been riding the sharks because by riding them, that makes them not afraid of divers. Okay, which totally was such a negative statement to me, and I just left. After that then, we heard from other divers that they had been riding them, saw photos, and it was very explicit evidence. These guys were going out there and twisting dorsal fins to kind of pry the sharks away from the feeding stations so they could ride them.
Course director with the Micronesian Divers Association, Janetta Adams, also discourages the activity, calling shark riding disrespectful to ocean life and dangerous to divers.
The key things with these sharks that people think of them as docile animals, and so it's okay to touch them. But the reality of it is the way their mouths are, their teeth are inverted. So if they do get aggravated to the point that they bite, you can't pull that limb out unless you want all the flesh to come off with it, and stay in the mouth. So it's really a dangerous thing to be doing, and it's kind of one of those things where you never think you're going to have to tell somebody, don't touch a shark. But apparently that is a message that we need to send out to everybody on this island.
While shark riding is considered a dangerous sport, sharks are something to be safely admired by divers who keep a respectful distance.
One of my favorite things is just to go out at Gab Gab 2 and just hover and be still, and they'll swim around you, they'll ignore you. I've even been bumped by them just because they were just kind of doing a large circle, kind of checking out the people that were in the area. But if you just hover and just watch, there's no harm. Most of the sharks on this island, when they hear the bubbles from the divers, because divers are noisy, they take off and go the other direction. The nurse sharks are the only exception that I know of where they don't take off and they just kind of hang out and ignore you as long as you're not messing with them.
There is no law against touching sharks on Guam, but Department of Agriculture wildlife biologist Brett Tibbetts says harassing sharks can be harmful not just to the provokers, but also to the sharks themselves.
Either it's going to make the sharks wary of people and afraid of people, or it's going to make them more used to people. And generally when sharks become too comfortable around people is when there's a real risk of a human-shark interaction, which is what we want to avoid.
Dive sites Van Hecke and Adams recommend for seeing sharks are Gab Gab 2, Barracuda Rock, and The Crevice. Betsy Brown, PNC News.